So of course, everybody and their mama is talking about the Usher concert that happened at the Super Bowl yesterday. And naturally people are wondering, well, where was Justin Bieber? I mean, they definitely did work together. They definitely had songs. He was a big influence in his life. And Justin Bieber has come out and said, I'm good. Not my scene, not my crowd, not for my energy. And instead of leaving it there, I'm starting to see a lot of people bring this man into it. And since y'all were the ones to bring up his name, let's go ahead and have a conversation about it, right? And how they all relate because y'all seem to think that what happened a couple of months ago with Cassie was the only thing that was going to come out. There's going to be a lot more, and y'all are going to be gagging 2024 and moving forward when the other shoe drops. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, on you. Want you on this song. Shawty, come and swing my way.
Listen, I know y'all want to get to the tea, and baby, we will. But for those of y'all that's been living under a rock, baby, my name is Santana. I only been on YouTube since like 2016. Started off going viral, telling stories about my crazy life. A couple of years later, I started doing ratchet recipes, went viral on TikTok. Then I opened up a channel, Aligning Souls, where I was, using my spiritual and psychic gifts to help the girls and whip them back into alignment. In other words, baby, she's gifted. And see, now I'm here to share all of those gifts on one channel. So I mean, whether it's a deep dive, a commentary video, cooking, music, reading horoscopes, baby, if I want to upload a video of me picking my nose and breathing for 60 minutes, I'm into it. My house, my rules. I mean, I just ask that y'all follow me over on Twitter so I can stop talking to myself. And before you go and try to seek help and seek therapy, baby, seek me. Go to my website and book yourself a personal reading if you need one. Now, feel free to sound off in the comments, but be respectful and act like you got that act right. Now, this channel is for critical thinkers. We may not always agree. You may not always even like me. But one thing's for sure, your life will be changed after experiencing me. So subscribe. Now, enough of me rambling, child. I think we made it past the part that was needed to get this video monetized, child. Nah, you do what you doing. Nah. Let's get into it.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
Okay, so in 2023 alone, we had two suns popping up in different locations. There was a secret red planet called Nibiru also popping up. We had red smoke that was blocking the skies, forcing people to stay inside. Part 1 and Part 2. Okay, we had pre-planned submarine gate that happened when the billionaires went searching for the Titanic. And while that was happening, a bill was passed to make lab-grown meat legal. Okay, but it had already been around and in existence. Hence why a lot of people was feeling like, okay, meat is tasting a little bit different, whether in restaurants or the grocery stores, from the chicken and whatnot that y'all was buying. But speaking of, did y'all throw down during the 50-cent cheeseburgers day that happened at a lot of fast food restaurants a couple of months later? Because if it wasn't lab grown meat, maybe it was a reprocessed cow meat that came out of the cows, which was fed back to them, then turned into meat again. Now there was also the Maui fires that was actually planned and set up. There was the natural disasters that kept getting worse and worse and worse. Okay, we had ocean life, birds, cats acting erratic. We had people that was feeling like they was being attacked by okras. Okay, they would be out in sea fishing, and the okras would attack them. You had the birds running into people's like decks and running into their glass doors. You had cats trying to get inside of people's houses. At some point, San Diego ocean was flooding the town. A lot of cruise ships was sinking. Okay, if not sinking, there was a lot going on top of the cruise ship. Okay, you got cruise ships that wasn't able to dock properly, okay, because of the ocean and the waves and all of that. You had train derailments that happened, okay, with a whole bunch of oil spills. You had the missing black girl. I don't remember her name, but the missing black girl. Remember that was national news for a couple of weeks. Then you also had Donald Trump facing jail time. A lot of conversations surrounding AI began to strike up. Obviously, we knew that technology was a thing, but of course, we believed that AI was never going to be anything that was dangerous or anything that we had to worry about until 2023. Towards 2024, we started hearing a lot more conversations about it. You know, the birth of Chat GBT, as well as all of these other different, AI technologies that was out there. Okay. Then we also had a man that saw a giant. And he did a bunch of TikToks and then started getting followed, then suddenly died. We also had a Vegas UFO crash in a backyard. Mind you, this is after years upon decades of being gaslit and told that aliens do not exist. Remember when I talked about the whole pre-planned submarine gate and all of that? Yeah. So during that time, while that was happening, there was an alien corpse that was found in Mexico that they lied about and tried to say was a cake, but it was actually an alien. Okay. Remember the Miami Mall attack that happened towards like the end of 2023, where they said that it was kids playing with sticks, but it was actually interdimensional beings? Yeah. Okay. But also remember when the girl on the phone, I'm sorry, not the phone, the girl on the plane saw the lizard and then went missing? Yeah. Remember that red smoke that I was talking about earlier that was covering the sky? Do you also remember when the government confirmed alien life and released secret security files? Or again, were you too busy being distracted by the submarine gate? The National Alert System happened on October 4th, 2023, that notified all of our phones and electronic devices whether it was turned on or turned off. There was also refugees being found all over the USA at the same time that the homeless population was disappearing. And then we suddenly hear that there is now a quote unquote law where homeless people can now be locked up for being on the streets. Okay. And then at some point, didn't we find out that there was Jews inside of an underground tunnel? Why? Listen, I say all of that to say, if this wasn't any indication that there's a lot going on, okay, a lot more going on than you probably think, then I don't know what to tell you. And this video is probably not going to be for you. Now, as far as all of what I've talked about, I definitely have my predictions for 2024. Okay. And that I will save for my 2024 predictions video. But I said all of that to say, again, if you do not recognize that all of that happened in 2023, and of course there was way much more that happened than that, then this video is not going to be for you. This is not your typical, "Ooh, let's talk about it." No. The world that we live in is not the world that you think it is. We live inside of the upside down world. A lot of what you think is wrong is actually right. A lot of what you think is bad is actually good. And that goes for Hollywood. Please do not think that when it comes to just elections or alien life or, just the government, when it comes to like, taxes and jobs, and that's where like the lies and all of that stop. No, baby. We're constantly living a show within a show. Speaking of, you can go and watch The Truman Show, which is a movie with Jim Carrey, for example. Okay. And so when it comes to this whole situation with Justin Bieber and Usher, it disturbs me. It really, really disturbs me going through the comments. And I've been hinting at talking about Justin Bieber, talking about Usher, talking about Diddy for months now. Honestly, all 2023, I felt like I was warning y'all about Diddy, just like I was warning y'all about the Civil War and the World War III that's about to come at some point before 2025 ends. Yeah, I was warning y'all. Okay. And so now it's kind of triggering to see this post right here and see all the reactions to people not understanding why Justin declined. But we're definitely going to get into it, okay? Before we go ahead and get into it, though, make sure that y'all go like this video.
I wanna be happy, doing what I please, trying to do what I need, whatever it takes to be free. I wanna be happy, doing what I please, trying to do what I need, whatever it takes to be free. I wanna be happy, I wanna be happy, I wanna be
Okay, so the Neighborhood Talk posted, "Say what? Justin Bieber reportedly declined performing with Usher for Super Bowl because he wasn't feeling it." Okay. Um, and this is just a video of, I guess, Usher and Justin Bieber and the influence, whatever. So, neighbors, it's no secret that Usher killed his halftime performance at this year's Super Bowl. Fans was excited to see Usher on stage with other legendary superstars. However, Usher reportedly wanted Justin Bieber to perform alongside him, but Justin declined because he wasn't feeling it. Matter of fact, instead of citing page 6, let's actually go to the article so we can read it word for word. Okay. So why Justin Bieber turned down Usher's offer to perform with him at the Super Bowl? Now, obviously, all of this is going to be tongue in cheek, but I'm here to break it down and like pull that veil down. Okay, pull that max down. Okay. This is the age of Aquarius, baby. And starting this week, we have so many planets that is moving into Aquarius. Okay. Sun, moon, I believe. Wait, no, we just had the moon. We just had the moon in. We just had the Aquarius moon. We got the sun there. We got Mercury and Venus that's about to be there. Mars is about to be there. So, like, expect some things to go down and possibly come out this week, but definitely by the end of this month and definitely by the spring equinox. Remember, I said that? Write that down in your notes. Okay. And I feel like the universe has been pressuring me to talk about this and not just this, but other stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film it today because it's a lot of energy that I'm feeling. It's a lot of collective energy. Okay. Anybody that's new, like I said in my intro, obviously psychic, gifted, intuitive, all of that. And so the way that my gifts work is that it's complicated. That's the best way I can explain it, is that it's complicated. And a lot of times I end up feeling the collective energy usually at least 2 weeks before. So I would say, let me see, let me take a look at my calendar. Something could most definitely pop off this week. 2 weeks from now is 24th, 25th. Okay, so just keep a lookout for that last week of February. Okay, because I usually start feeling energy, if not a week before, 2 weeks before. Okay, but anytime from now until, I really want to say the spring equinox, but we'll just say till March 1st to just to be safe. Just keep a lookout for that. Okay. But I also feel like I was led to talk about this as well, part of it, because especially since I have been kind of like teasing getting into like a little bit of a deep dive with Justin Bieber and Usher and Diddy. But okay, so Usher asked Justin Bieber to take part in his Super Bowl halftime show, but the baby singer wasn't feeling it, so it's still page 6. Before Sunday's event, Bieber's longtime friendship with Usher sparked social media rumors that the two would team up on stage in front of the 65,000 strong crowd and a global audience of millions. Instead, a slightly worn out looking Bieber, 29, and his wife, Haley, watched his one time mentor's show from the comfort of Fanatics co owner Michael Rubin. Keep in mind, Haley, okay? But they watched from Michael Rubin's 2.5, of course, Michael Rubin, of course, Michael Rubin's $2.5 million suite at the stadium in Las Vegas, where they were seen nodding along to the performance. A music industry source told us there's no bad blood between Usher and Justin. Justin just wasn't up for it. He just wasn't feeling it. Usher did his best to try to persuade Bieber, sources said, and wanted to create a moment that paid tribute to their history together. Okay, so Justin Bieber turned down the Usher invite. Is there anything else? The halftime star, who reportedly wed his longtime love, Jennifer Gauthier, in Vegas shortly after the show, had a large hand in the creation of the Bieber brand. Wait, I haven't seen. Wait, Usher got married? Oh, I didn't see that anywhere. Usher helped the youngster find worldwide fame at just 13 after he was discovered by music mogul Scooter Braun. Another chuckle. In 2019, Bieber opened up about his struggles with anxiety. Keep that in mind. In September 2022, he called up the remaining dates of his Justice Tour following his diagnosis with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. In addition to the painful rash, the syndrome can cause facial paralysis and hearing loss. At the time, the musician wrote that touring took a real toll on me. But earlier this month, he performed live for the first time in more than a year at an intimate gig at Drake's History Club in Toronto. In Vegas, Bieber was more than happy to soak in the weekend's atmosphere. He was seen at Rubin's star-studded Super Bowl party Saturday at Marquee Day Club at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, jumping behind a DJ booth and hanging out with rapper Travis Scott. I keep telling y'all that I have like ADHD when it comes to like the way that I like when it comes to the way that I think and speak, because I definitely have Aries Venus third house, which is communication, and then Mercury. My Mercury is in Gemini, so I have to put this up before I forget it. Hold on, let me just pause this on screen real quick. Okay, so I had to pause that for a second while I went and found what I needed. Okay, because it's a clip that I actually want to bring up later, and I think I'm gonna save it for after I make my point. But girl, fuck all of this. I'm not about to read the rest of this, child. I don't care about the rest of this. Let's go ahead and start getting into what I really want to get into. Okay. Let's go to the comments that was on Instagram. Okay. So, good. It's Black History Month anyways. No wiggers. He's been going through a lot the past years, especially with his health, so it's understandable. LMAO, there's more to it because who don't want to perform at the Super Bowl? He wasn't feeling it because Usher made him have sleepovers at Diddy's house. And then niggas sitting here joking as if this is funny. Clock it. Facts. This the one. They don't hear you though. I was waiting on somebody to say it. Finally, someone says it. I was just about to say that he must have been tickling his booty hole too. Who would pass up that opportunity? And if people laughing or discussing, we read what Diddy is capable of. He was an underage child. He was a fucking underage child, y'all. Y'all disgust the fuck out of me. Really disgust the fuck out of me. Let's go ahead and get into it because I've been talking about this video for months, and so given what the fuck just happened with Zeus Child, I'm not about to. I'll put up screen caps if I need to, but let's just go ahead and get into this video. I'm not even about to monetize this. This shit gonna just be a free video. We can make it a free video. Okay. Okay, so I want to get in. I want to get into this video. I've been telling y'all to go watch the Yummy video for months, and we're about to watch it together. Okay, and I'm gonna break it down as the video is going on. So, mind you, when the Yummy video first came out, I didn't necessarily see it until I saw clips bouncing around on TikTok or whatever, and then something made me go watch it. So after I watched it, I was completely uncomfortable, and I got it immediately. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, I'm extremely intuitive, but I also have Mercury in Gemini. And Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, and Mercury is the planet of communication and thoughts. So that's what makes me such a great songwriter. That's what makes me so crafty with my words and my reads and whatnot. And basically, all the things that y'all love about me is me having Aries Venus in my third house of communication, and my Mercury Gemini. Okay. Because that's where a lot of your personality comes from. Like I said, Mercury Gemini, it makes great rappers, great songwriters, great authors, things like that. So when it came time to school, I wasn't necessarily interested in school like that, but the class that I was the most interested in was always English because it gave me a chance to write and flex my creativity and flex my reading skills. Even when I was in the first grade, I had like a high school, college, reading level or whatever. And so by the time I got to high school, that was like the only AP and honors classes that I was in. It was always English. Even for my senior project, I forgot what it is that we had to do. But all I know is that I did a representation, like a replica of the movie Devil, and I made like an elevator, and just did like a play on the movie Devil, which is one of my favorite movies of all time because of all the symbolism and metaphors and just everything within that movie. But I say all of that to say I live for shit like that, and so as an artist, I am already thinking of ways to incorporate that within my music and concepts and themes and all of that. Like I have a writer's mind. So when I sit and I view other people's art, I'm viewing it the same way. Even when I did my baddies commentary, I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, Sky, you always catch the things that other people don't see. Oh, I didn't even notice this was going on in the background." Da, 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 da. And yeah, that's what that Mercury and Gemini does for me. I can see what's going on in front of me, but I can also think of what's not going on in front of me and what's going on where I can't see. And when it comes to like magic tricks, they say like never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing, and like that's how people get away with magic tricks. So me naturally, I just observe everything. So whenever I watch, like I said, other people's content, especially from artists, I see the visual that you're putting out, and then I'm also looking at the symbolism, the deeper meanings, things like that. Like I live for this type of shit. That's why thrillers and suspense movies are my favorite type of movies, because I get to sit and unbreak apart like a movie, and figure out and guess the plot twist that's coming, and try to guess who done it and mysteries and all of that. So like I said, we're gonna sit and watch this together, but this Yummy video told a lot, and I'm going to answer all of y'all questions because I know people are going to be like, well, why didn't Justin speak? We're going to get to all of that. And then I'm going to also relate it back to something very, very current that people are literally still talking about. And hopefully y'all make the connection. But let's get into the video. So this is the Yummy video. The song came out, I don't know when, child, a couple of years ago, 2018, 2019, 2020, something like that. And I had this on slow for a reason. Okay, because it's a lot of things that we're going to need to slow down. So you have Justin Bieber walking through like what seems to be like the back alleyway of like a restaurant, like the inside part, right? Um, he's walking through the restaurant. Might need to speed this up a little bit more. Okay. So he gets inside the restaurant, and the first thing that you see are the kids on stage. Okay. Notice the kids on stage, notice what it is that they're wearing, and notice the fact that it's intentionally kids on stage. Okay. Don't really look happy at all. Okay. They don't really look like, oh, I'm killing it. This is my talent. Like, take it back to when you was a kid, right? You was excited to show off your talents. Even if you had stage right, you excited to show like, oh, look, mommy, I can do this. Like I learned how to play flute at 9 years old. Da, 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 da. No, these are kids with a lot of masculine Capricorn energy. Even the young girl is dressed very masculine. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she's kind of like standing and towering above all of them, right? And she's the tallest, right? So it's almost like she's like the Beyonce of the group. She's the leader of the group, almost like commanding all of their energy. You know what I mean? Honestly and truly, too, from looking at this right now, yeah, and it's definitely going to come up later. I would say that she's probably in charge of the rest of them because she seems to be the oldest. She is standing up for a reason because notice how they're all playing the same thing except for, well, you see three violin. Don't get me confused on the instruments, y'all, but you see four types of violin. No, you see four different violins, but one is different. So there's four violins, but there's two different types. So the three of them are playing the same violin, okay? And only one really needs the chair. Technically, they all should be sitting, but only one should really have the chair because he has the big violin that needs the ground, right? That was strategically done for a reason, okay? This girl seems to be the oldest. Think of it like this. I already understand that everything that we're about to talk about is sinister and dark. Think of it this way. The oldest represents the one that's been involved the longest. The one that's just like, go along, y'all. Come on. This is how it needs to be. Like, this is our life now. Okay? Look at it like that. So he walks in, walks past them. They have no energy going on. She's clearly the oldest. I would say the boy right here is probably the oldest as well, if they're not twins. But definitely those two are the oldest. They're unhappy. You can see that there are older, wealthy people sitting down at a table. Okay. And if you look right here as Justin is walking by, okay, my point is even kind of made even more because they don't really look happy, right? They have these sad looks, but then you see him kind of coasting her along, like, girl, come on. Put your game face on. Put your game face on. So these two are the oldest. The red and the blue, they are the oldest coaching these two through. So let's just say 13, 12. No, let's just say he's 15, she's 14, she's 11, and then he's 9. Okay? But he's nudging, okay, the young baby girl, like, come on, put your game face on, okay? And she's looking like, do what he says. Come on, don't embarrass us in front of all these wealthy people, okay? And then eventually she kind of like cracks a smile, okay? She kind of cracks a smile, okay? So Justin ends up sitting down at a table, right? Again, as you can see, the camera is panning around him, right? There's nothing on the table except like bread. You got some vegetables, and then you got this ugly looking plate. Now, keep in mind the ugly looking plate. It's not the ugliest of the plates that you'll see, but you have your usual carbs that's there. You have your vegetables, which as a kid you probably wouldn't touch, and then you have the ugly food that nobody really wants to touch. Keep all of that in mind. But as Justin is sitting here, the camera continues to pan all around him. And then you have all of these wealthy people that you can see in the background. You have some people that are dressed up in costumes, right? Notice how that doesn't make sense. You have the wealthy people that are literally dressed up, look like they're out at a extravagant, out at an extravagant dinner, right? Almost on some purge type shit. Like they out for a wealthy dinner. And then you have people like behind Justin and a cowboy hat and then a shiny Renaissance type suit. And then you got this girl right here looking like she's dressed up as like Tinkerbell or like a Disney fairy princess. Two completely different looks, right? How do you have wealthy people dressed like they're looking to go to some expensive ass 5-star dinner, but then you also have people here that look like they're here for Halloween? Because it's all a show within a show. You're in costume because you're part of an act. You're putting on a performance. It's a mask. Camera pans in on the girl. Still unhappy, right? Still unhappy. And she notices Justin looking at her and the people looking at her. Okay. Now, mind you, also too, because I mentioned a lot about my Mercury and Gemini mind, I also understand, because I have a writer's mind, when people, for those that don't know, but when you write like a TV show and like movies and stuff like that, you literally write down everything, right? Like nothing is done accidentally. Everything is on purpose. So everywhere from like everything from where you stand to how you move to how you speak to where you look, like all of that is called staging. And it's done for a reason, to evoke a certain reaction or to get a certain narrative out there. So even with the camera pans and what's happening, you have to pay attention to. Normally, the everyday person doesn't think like this and doesn't pay attention to this, which is why the media and the songs and movies and music, this is why when you have a message that you need to get out, put it in the music. Okay, because people are not going to sit and analyze this. People are not going to sit and break this shit down. But then when somebody does sit and break it down, then that's when everybody comes out the woodwork saying, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, oh, this, that, and the third. And if y'all have learned nothing since 2024, hence why I did that long ass intro telling you everything that has happened since 2023 began. If you have not realized, most of the people that y'all call conspiracy theorists, or most of the things that you think are conspiracies, are actually right. Even if you got to think about, hell, like I said, the red smoke that happened, the girl on a plane that said, y'all motherfuckers is not real, to the announcement, of aliens actually existing and them releasing the FBI like confidential documents, to the Vegas UFO crash, to what the hell else happened? The Miami mall attack. Y'all don't think all of that isn't connected? And where have we been shown all of this? Okay, because it's universal karmic law. You have to put it out to the you have to put it out, and yeah, you have to put it out. You got to put it out. It's universal karmic law, and so Men in Black, all the alien movies, things like that. But yeah, we get told that it's not true, and then they gaslit us for years, and then we found out in 2023, oh, it actually is true, and we've known since like 1960. Okay, so miss me with all the conspiracy theory. Okay, call me that. Cool, I'll accept it. But a lot of symbolism, a lot of everything goes into it. Okay. She's sitting there, she makes eye contact. She's nervous. She's looking away. You see these wealthy people, they're sitting here at this table. Okay. You notice the waiter just sitting there. Let's keep going. And I can kind of speed this up a little bit because it's going a little bit too slow for me. So you see the wealthy people, mind you, this entire video, the wealthy people are chowing down. Okay, it's giving gluttony, but they're chowing down not on every food. Okay, they're acting, they're eating past the point of starvation. Like they're not even hungry after a certain point. They're just eating to eat. They keep on eating. They keep on eating. They keep on eating. But certain things they're not touching. Okay, so filling up on the burgers, on the fries, okay, but you see the ugly cakes that's in front of them, they're not going to touch them at all. Okay, and notice, yeah, you got that yummy yum. Okay, look how the caption came up. Okay, so waiter comes over and brings this to Justin. Now, this is going to be extremely important, extremely important. And if you cannot tell, that is 2 olives. Okay, well, let me back it up. It is 4 stacks of bread with cheese on top, and it is 2 olives and a red cherry. Okay, a red cherry specifically. And if you cannot tell, let me go ahead and pull up a screen cap, because like I said, I did edit some screen caps so that y'all hopefully see it better. Hold on, all of them didn't upload. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here you can see it a lot better. There's no denying. That is 2 olives and a red cherry. Okay. Keep that in mind because that's going to matter extremely. Okay. So the camera keeps panning around, panning around, panning around, panning around, and you're not noticing anything at all because you wouldn't think, let me go to a Justin Bieber video to sit and watch a fucking red cherry on his plate. Right. But let's talk about something else. Okay. So the camera keeps panning around, panning around. He's sitting there by himself. Right. As he's sitting there by himself, an older lady comes over with some food that she's eating, right? And then the table starts filling up with other older people that come over, including this man right here. Okay. Suddenly this man appears, if out of thin air. Okay. And it wasn't until that older lady came over to sit down that he came. Now, first off, the older lady is more of the feminine energy. Let me get you comfortable. Let me seem inviting at first. Like y'all know how y'all think about feminine energy, inviting, motherly, maternal instinct, open, inviting. Masculine energy is more harsh, more abrasive, whatever, right? So let her sit down first. Let's get you comfortable. Let's open you up. Okay. Then he sits down. He's visibly way more older than she is. Okay. Way more older than she is. Okay. She's getting comfortable. Okay. The camera keeps panning and it keeps making sure that it zooms in on the bread. Okay. That's on his channel. Now, I'm sorry, not on his channel, on his plate. Now, mind you, as you see, Justin is sitting there. He's getting more comfortable, but then he takes a bite, right? As the old man is sitting there, he takes a bite. He takes a bite because now he's feeling himself. He takes a bite and he's like, whoa, you was right. You was right. Okay. Literally points. You was right. That shit is good. Whoa. This is whoa. Okay. I wasn't sure what to think, but like, whoa, this is actually worth it. What? Like, this is good. This is cute, right? Because this is how you're feeling, right? Now, as I'm talking about all of this, I want you to think about how someone is supposed to feel when you finally make it to like the dream of the career of your dreams, right? You're a little scared, you're a little nervous, but then, especially as a kid, because again, Justin started at 13. You're scared, you're nervous. You know that this is what you want to do, but you got people behind you, you got people all around you that's like looking to you, whether they need you for money, need you to go out there and work so that they can live off of you or whatever. Like, but you're a kid inside of this grown-up world. Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. Remember the kids on stage? You're a kid in a grown-up world. That represents Justin's youth, right? And I know I'm going to be all over the place. Just bear with me. I'm doing this without notes, okay? Hopefully everything still connects for you. But the kids on stage represent Justin's youth and his innocence. And they are essentially kids inside of a grown-up world playing the grown-up act, right? So they are a visual representation of him at 13. Okay? And also, too, remember when I talked about like the ages of the different people? This was probably different peers that had Justin convinced or swayed, right? Because if you're already scared, you're coming into this big adult world, you know that you want this career, but it's overwhelming. You got all of these adults around you, you're the only kid, and what better way to coerce you or to help kind of guide you in than to introduce you to other kids that's your age. And then they're kind of like, come on, Justin, it's okay. Like, right? Cool. So then we get to this point right here where, like I said, he's looking at, he eats the cake and then he points like, yo, you was right. I feel like this is the point in which he does something that he's necessarily uncomfortable. Like he does something that he wasn't necessarily comfortable doing, but then he does it and then he realizes, oh, it wasn't that bad. And I don't know if y'all can tell because it is blurred out because again, for cinematography reasons, everything is intentional, but Y'all might have to watch this a couple of different times, but if you notice, every time the camera pans around, everybody in the background is looking at him. So there's a show going on within a show, and everybody else is kind of like in on it. It's almost like Justin Bieber is a joke and everybody else is in on it. Like these two people are literally staring at him as he's sitting here tasting this, trying this after feeling and looking uncomfortable, looking visibly uncomfortable, kind of like, nah, I'm good. I see, but like, nah, I'm kind of just chilling. And then it's like, okay, let me try. Now I'm a little opened up a little. Let me try. Okay. Yeah. Let me try. I taste. Oh shit, you was right. Okay, okay, okay. Whoa, mind blown. Mind blown. Now I'm feeling something completely different, right? Now they keep panning around. You see this man right here? This man is dressed like this intentionally. 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 Does this man look familiar to y'all? Does this man look familiar to y'all? No? Okay. Let me see, what time stamp are we at? 048. Okay. Remember this man?
There's a time for work, and there's a time for play. Six Flags. It's playtime.
And even the connection right here, Six Flags, it's playtime. Even if you try to call me a conspiracy theorist, even if you say this whole video was a reach, you cannot deny that right there. You cannot deny that right there. Let's go back to the man. You cannot be like, oh, that's a similar swag. Oh, they just look alike. No, that's that man. That is that man. That is that man. Baby, I watch enough of Drag Race to know. Because on Drag Race, they be doing like 1,000 nights of Beyonce, 1,000 nights of J-Lo. Like, and you will be clocked if you don't look similar enough to whoever the theme is about. This is that man. Just like how that man, it was like showing him at this theme park, he's having a time of his life with all of these kids. And then the quote was, "It's playtime." That's how Justin is feeling. After Justin kind of warms up, because the lady sits down first, then the old man kind of sits down first, and then it's kind of, I guess, like this whole like family type thing. Like, okay, I'm feeling like, okay, I can trust her, and then now I can trust him, and it's feeling like, okay, these are family. This is family. This is people that have my best interests at heart. Whatever. He opens up, he eats. Okay. This is him giving in to whatever it is that they're selling him. Okay, cool. I'm down. Wait, whoa, this is different than what I thought it would be. And they're like, yeah, see, 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 yeah, see. And he like, yeah, feeling that shit, right? Feeling it. But I want you to keep paying attention. Okay, keep paying attention. Keep paying attention. Old man gets up to leave. A younger woman sits down. A younger woman that's younger than anybody else at the table. Okay. I'm gonna pause it right here because I don't want to forget it later. This is Hailey Bieber. That is Hailey Bieber. Not literally Hailey Bieber, but she represents Hailey Bieber. Okay. Now that part of the phase is done, okay, you've gotten to know the older lady, you've gotten to know the way older man. Okay, now let's introduce somebody younger. Okay, somebody that's a little bit more attractive to you. Okay, but somebody else that's still in on the agenda and still in on the plan. Everybody in this room is in on the plan, including the kids. Okay. Notice how it's still going around. The camera is still circling and panning around, and that cherry is still red. That cherry, if you have not realized it by now, is his innocence. Okay. Now he's going over to try this older. Remember the older lady that was sitting at the table first. Now he's warmed up. Now he's comfortable. Now he's like, "Oh, let me try some of that." Okay. And even this shot right here, how did the man get back at the table? Some would say, oh, that's a goof. If you don't know what a goof is, GOOF. A goof is basically like if you ever try to look up reviews on IMDb, a goof is kind of like an accidental error, right? I guess it stands for like goofy. I don't think it's that. I think, again, we want the messaging right in front of your face, but it can't be blatantly obvious what the message is. So we got to be cute and creative with how we shoot this video. So it's very intentional that it's a really, really quick cut scene. And mind you, I'm already playing this, at half the speed. But it's a very quick cut scene, and you almost miss the fact that he's now comfortable with her and he now eats off her plate. You almost miss it. But the man is also now back at the table. So he's there to witness him now opening up to her. Now, y'all have seen this facial expression right here before. Tell me y'all haven't seen this facial expression right here. Look at how Justin looks at the camera. That's not, come on, that's not to y'all. What can I say? What can I say? I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? That's what it's given. What can I say? I mean, it is what it is. Now the lady's back at the table. Okay, the young lady. He feeling like a rock star. Now he eating and he eating and he eating. Not an older man is back there. Okay, so now you see that this is being brought over. This ugly, gelatinous monster cake, whatever the hell this is. This is now being brought over. Not a younger lady's back at the table. Now it's a younger man. Okay, manager. Instantly, Scooter Braun just came to my mind. But I hope y'all are paying attention, right? You got the older people and then you have the younger people. It's given, this is your girlfriend. This is your manager. This is younger people that are around you that let's really seal the deal and make sure that you trust us. And okay, this is your team around you, right? Because didn't they just handshake right here? Yeah, we good. And then notice his facial expression. When you handshake somebody, is that your facial expression? No, that's given, I don't really want to handshake you. I don't really fuck with you like that. That smile quickly fades. Hidden agenda. Okay, let's keep it going. Girl gets up, put the gelatinous item onto the table, and he refuses. Okay, he refuses. Watch him refuse. He refuses. Oh no, I don't want that. That's not for me. That's not the type of food I want to ingest. That's not the type of energy I want to consume. That's not the one. That's not the kid. No. Let's keep going. We got all of these ugly little plates. A very odd video, wouldn't y'all say? A very, very odd video. Notice how the people around him keep changing. People around him keep changing. Okay? New person right there, new person right here, new person right here, new person right here. But guess who isn't changing? Guess who isn't changing that's at this table? Oh. Okay. So fuck it, I'm gonna just say it. Okay. I think this person is what's that man's name? What is his name? Is it Jimmy Iovine? What is the man name? What is the man name? Clive Davis. One day I'll do a whole deeper dive about where I am with my artistry and what exactly I plan for my career now versus 8 years ago when I started. Because all the downloads and all the things that I found out and all the things that Spirit has shown me has definitely made me look at Hollywood for what it is. But I just want y'all to pay attention to everybody at the table, how they keep changing, but this person right here hasn't. Allegedly, we're just gonna say allegedly, this is supposed to represent Clive Davis, who is also, when you really do a deep dive into everybody and why they are no longer here or everybody's careers, Clive Davis pops up somewhere along the way. And a lot of people's questionable depths or questionable ass situations, whether it's Diddy, whether it's Justin Bieber, whether it's Prince, whether it's Michael Jackson, whether it's Whitney Houston. Because mind you, Whitney Houston, that wasn't accidental death. That was a homicide. Michael Jackson, that was a homicide. Prince, that was a homicide. Michael Jackson wanted to keep his masters, and you can't do that. Not in a industry where your masters are the most powerful, and then you make more money. What? You signed to Sony, but you making more money than Sony? Absolutely not. We got to get you the fuck up out of here. Okay. Similar thing with Prince. Prince always knew he was going to go, but he didn't expect it to happen then. Very similar thing with Prince. Okay. And when it came to Whitney Houston, I forgot what it is with her, but yeah, that definitely wasn't an accidental death either. That was definitely something that was set up. Okay. Hence why now, even in 2024, people are still trying to figure out, okay, well, Brandy, what was on that note that Whitney slipped to you? What was on that note? Whitney came on the screen when Clive Davis was sitting there with Brandy and Monica, and she tried to make it look like she had just went swimming. No, they had just tried to drown her. There was also reports that there was a whole scuffle happening above, because whoever was underneath Whitney Houston's room had reported to the front desk that there was a whole scuffle going on, and they kind of buried that because we're supposed to remember people in a certain way. Again, Hollywood is just one big ass show within a show. But back to the whole Justin Bieber of it all. Notice how everybody at the table is changing except for this same old man. And again, Clive Davis, he's not the only one, but there are a few people that are very common, or the common thread between a lot of celebrities in their surprising depths or their surprising takedown situations. Like, we could even go super deep and dive into like Michael Jackson and the accusations with the little boys. It's so many ways we can dive deep into it. Let's keep going. As I do more videos like this, I will get more comfortable speaking, because if you haven't been able to tell by now, I am super anxious, hence why I keep stuttering. Okay, because it's a lot. It's a lot. But this is going on, and I want you to take a look at something, right? I want y'all to take a look at something. So what was the last major thing that happened? This came over. He refused. Okay, he refused. They set down all of this gelatinous shit. And if you look down at Justin Bieber's plate, remember, now the plate is turned around. Okay. And now the cherry is black. Remember how the camera kept panning around to his plate? Now the cherry is black. And at some point, they will zoom in on it. Okay. Now he having fun with old boy. The innocence is taken. I got the career that I want now. I done played y'all game. I got the career that I want. So now everything's supposed to be fun and games. I'm taking your glasses. Like, I'm trusting you. We having fun. All of this. Like, he having fun. And notice, old man sipping like, got him. He looking off to somebody. She's looking at him. He's looking at him. She looking somewhere else. Okay. She might be an unwanted accomplice. Okay. But he's like, got him. He up now. He dancing. Having the time of his life. Notice that cherry though. That cherry is black. That cherry is pitch black. Don't believe me? Let me see if I can put it on screen. It's going to come up at some point. The cherry is pitch black now. Okay. It was red before. It's pitch black now. And we all know what cherries mean and what they represent. They represent your innocence. Okay. Let's keep going. So now everybody having fun except that little boy. It's crazy how I said everybody having fun. The little boy's face came on screen. Everybody having fun. Everybody dancing. Wait. Justin is up dancing. What can I say? I'm having fun. I'm living the career I want. The little boy is just looking like, oh, what did I get myself into? But I'm forced. I'm stuck here. Um, Walmart is popping up in my mind. One day we'll talk about Walmart and all of the allegations that's going on with Walmart and the underground trains and child trafficking and things like that. But that's popping up in my mind. So he could be child trafficked. I mean, no. They are. But I'm confusing reality with this video. Let's keep going. Cat is sniffing around. Okay. Everybody is up in the room. Now it's a party. Now we all dancing. Notice how the party didn't start until Justin was complicit. Notice how the party didn't start until Justin's innocence was taken. So essentially, look at it this way. Y'all know how people be like, I'm the life of the party, or I walk into the room and the party could be dead, but the party liven up when I get here? It's the same exact concept. Everybody else was seated. You had a few people that was up, but I feel like they were more so actors. Okay. Actors acting in place. Because notice how the facial expressions is a changer. Justin is having the time of his life right here. You got this woman looking like, You got this man looking at him like, Okay. And then you got this lady still looking like, I still feel like she's an unwanted accomplice. Don't really want to be there, but I got to pay my bills somehow. That's the energy she's giving me. But Justin is up having the time of his life. Right. And now more people are starting to get up. Right. But that wasn't all happening when his cherry was still red. It wasn't until he let down his guard, started eating off everybody's plates and whatnot, and his cherry went black, aka meaning his innocence was taken. They stole his innocence. That okay. And when I say stole innocence, there are things that go on that are really, really dark that I don't want to dive super deep into. But like sodomy is a real thing. There are rituals that happen. Um, there's a lot of things that go on, okay, that a lot of people do not know about. Okay. Y'all speak about certain like y'all speak about Illuminati and certain things like that. But there's a lot more darker things that happen more than you will realize. Okay. Um, let's keep going. Taking the vision off. Okay, now it's like, okay, cool. He's really let his guard down. So now all of a sudden, now we all playing a part. Now we all playing a part. Before they was eyeing him because they wasn't sure. Is he like, did our plan really work? Is he really, okay. Now it's like, okay, we got him. Let's play the part. Still seeing that black cherry. Okay, now we see him right here. Now you can see the black cherry. Okay, cherry is black. Okay, got the lobster in front of him, got the Chinese next to him. Okay, they touching all the gluttonous shit, but they're not touching the other shit. Okay, and to me, honestly, I feel like that is more of like, because let's keep it a bug. Everybody doesn't have star power. Everybody doesn't have star power. Everybody's not meant to be in a mansion. Everybody's not meant to be rich. Everybody is not meant to be a fucking star. Even if you can sing and dance, it doesn't mean that you're meant to be a star. Certain people have certain energy. This is why they're picking over their food in the way that they are, because to me, the food is the children. Okay. Which children's energy can we harness? Okay. And again, I'm talking about very dark, deep shit. Okay. But which child can we take advantage of? What energy, what child can we take advantage of? Okay. And it's the one that appeals to everyone. Okay. The one that's packaged right. Think of it like that. Justin was essentially the boy next door. Okay, blonde hair, blue eyes, the boy next door. And there we go again with that black cherry. They even zoom in for extra emphasis. Okay. He's picking over what seems to be, I don't know if this is fruit or walnuts or something like that, but it's definitely not like if you got Chinese food and you got lobster, like I'm not about to eat this shit. Again, just adding to my point. And if you notice, like the background, all the little background actors, it's all different types of people. Okay. It's not just a whole bunch of the old men sitting around, or like there's not just, and look at the old man in the background, still observing from the back, still observing. Okay. But it's all different types of people here. Okay. Even within that, there's messaging. It's to let you know, like, a lot of this dark shit isn't presented in a way that you would think. It's not just one type of person doing it. It's all different types of people, all different races, all different cultures, all different backgrounds. So everybody's in on it. Okay. Now, Justin has picked up the lobster. Okay. I already explained what the more attractive foods is supposed to represent. They're all staring. Okay. Okay. Now the camera's zooming in on them eating. Why? This video is extremely weird, but for a reason. Okay. Now it's time to party. Now it's time to party. Okay. It's time to party. It's time to like go in, let have. Okay. Now I'm deep in the industry. Okay. I'm deep into all of this. Into everything that's going on. Is this a wealthy party or is this a costume party? What's going on? Baby, it don't matter because this is all a part of the show. We all actors. We all turn it up because we in on the joke. Yes, eat it all up. Eat it all up. Eat it all up. Yes, yes. Thriving off of his energy. Yes, yes. Thriving off of his innocence. Yes, 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 yes. Mm-hmm. Now everybody's smiling. Everybody up. Everybody active. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's keep it going. It's a full-on party now. A full-on party now. Full-on party. This is the rock star lifestyle that Bieber's living, right? What you do in exchange for fame, or what's done to you in exchange for fame. Now you're living a life that you wanted to live, right? Mind you, he's not happy as he's doing all of this. Do you not see his face? Let's back that up. He's not happy. He's going with the flow, going with the emotions, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's the life I'm supposed to be living. And in no way am I implying that Justin Bieber intentionally had things done to him so that he could have a career. That's not what I'm implying. I don't think he had a choice. I don't think he was given a choice, honestly. Are there people that do that? Yes. And I also want to make it very clear with what I'm talking about too, because there are situations where people sleep with people for opportunities and careers. Then there's opportunities where people have something taken from them. Pay attention to my words, okay? And then there are opportunities where, let me not even say opportunities because that sounds positive. Then there are there are instances where people intentionally have sex with people for career advancement. Then there are instances where people don't have a choice and their innocence is taken away. Then there are instances where people don't have a choice, their innocence is taken away, but it's in a much more sadistic, ritualistic way. And for that, I'm talking like spiritual. Okay. I'm talking like tapping into your chakras, sodomy. Like I'm talking like not just on some 3D, give me some of that booty. No, I'm talking like capture your soul. And that's a concept that you're not going to understand unless you understand. Okay. I think the latter happened to Justin. And his video seems to be like a huge metaphor for all of that. Um Now he seems high. Now he seems high. Doesn't he seem high? He seems high. It's like I'm going along with the emotions, but I'm high. I'm not really here. I'm not really present. But it's all just fun and games. Everybody around him, it's all a part of the show. He looks like he's losing energy, like he's about to pass out. And then he wakes up. Notice who is still fucking here in the background. Notice who is still here in the background. Overseeing. Overseeing. I would even go as far as to say, notice who is right there with the waiter. This is the oldest man, probably the one with the most money, probably organized this event. Probably this is his event. The one right here was probably hired by this man. I'm not saying anything. I'm going to just say, use your heads, use your brains. Should be going way deeper than you even think. Okay? But notice this black man is sitting there waiting and cleaning up. He's cleaning up the situation. This almost gives like a foreshadow. Actually, no, I've been done being secretive, I guess. Let's just be candid. This video is alleged. This is entertainment. This is Justin Bieber. This is giving Clive Davis, allegedly. This right here is kind of giving Diddy, allegedly. Diddy came out. Well, Diddy didn't come out, but everything happened with Diddy. And if you think that Diddy was the only one, then you are a fool. Diddy seems to be the fall guy. He seems to be the one that was sort of like cleaning up the mess for everyone else. Hence why he paid and sent all the money. Okay. As if that was going to stop everything from coming out and happening. And there's going to be so much more that comes out with not just him, but a lot of people. Okay. But you have the person that's sitting there cleaning up the mess, or kind of like the fall guy, or kind of like whatever, when there's really somebody else in the background that's kind of pulling all the strings. Okay. Is this Clive Davis? Seriously? I don't know. I don't know. This is all alleged. This is all speculation. I'm just saying that this right here, this person, this white person, represents a billionaire that is connected to everyone. Okay. Whether it's somebody that we know from the record labels, or whether it's somebody that is behind the scenes, okay? Because a lot of these record labels own these prisons, okay? If not the private prisons. So it's a lot that goes on that the general public does not know about, okay? But if you look at this, notice all the clothes and whatnot that's all over the place. These clothes are from the children. These clothes are from the children. Now that the party ends and it's just Justin, there, these clothes that's lying around all over the place are from the children. And then the last shot is a picture of Justin Bieber on a plate. And then it says yummy underneath. And then you see the cherries. You can call it a conspiracy theory all you want. What the fuck was this video about then? Why the fuck is this video ending with a picture of young Justin on a plate? And mind you, this was the plate he was eating from. This was the plate that had the red cherry that turned into a black cherry. Like this video, because it's about to get even deeper.
Whatever you want, babe. Whatever you need, babe. That's what I come through a song. Gotta show me the Monday. Whatever you want, babe. Whatever you need. Show me, do. I come through a song. Gotta show me the Monday. I take Cash App, I take Venmo, I take Zelle, whatever else you're looking for. Got a deposit if you're trying to come and get to know. My time is worth money, nigga, that ain't criminal. You can talk all that talk, but to me it's just a game.
Eldon
normal and
and
healthy,
Justin
and
Bieber
I'm just really
interview 6
proud.
months ago.
Here's what I want to ask. Yummy.
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly? I mean, I think I know,
Yeah,
but what were you thinking of when you wrote that yummy?
yeah. My sex life.
Okay. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because there's something about toes
It is.
curling and stuff.
Yeah, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm married, you know?
Yeah.
So
So you got that yummy.
that's what it is, you know?
Yep. It's yummy.
Woo! Is it getting hot in here?
Yeah. Twitch is hot, I'll tell you that. He's
Oh, wow.
he's in a cake.
Yeah.
All right, so
And didn't Twitch end up dying? That's a whole other video. That's a whole other video. Let's start diving deep. of all the times that Justin Bieber felt uncomfortable by adults, by adults, by adults, while he was like a 13-year-old boy, okay? 13-year-old boy, and he accepting awards and whatnot, and things like this is happening.
Got to knack Justin Bieber and grab his butt. I thought a little cougar scary. Yeah. But I took the opportunity in the window, considering I'll never get to do it again, and kind of molested him.
Well,
Can you imagine how hilarious that would be? That would be the cougar score of the century. Jenny McCarthy dates Justin Bieber.
Would you?
I want some Bieber fever, and I want a Bieber rash. Not at all. It'd be a cougar rape. I just
Literally joking on ET about this, and Justin had just turned 18, not even a few months before that. Let's keep going. We're just going to go through a bunch of random pictures and videos. Okay, this is Katy Perry holding on to him, right? Wait, this is Katy Perry holding on to him. He's holding on to her. The boy is young. This is all before he turned 18. Okay. Let's go to the comments. Poor baby, he didn't deserve this. Whoa, okay, seeing this through different eyes now. How is this allowed on air? They traumatized this boy, and where were the parents? Were they not allowed around him? What is the second clip from? Someone grabbing his arm. His 2012 interview with Letterman. He just got a fresh tattoo, so it was still sore, and Letterman grabbed him. The person who interviewed him was grabbing him, telling him, grabbing him to get his tattoo off, and grabbed his arm trying to remove it, even though it was still sore. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And somebody else did a deep dive on Yummy. Let's see what they say. So we go through the comments of this. The song is about the higher ups in the whole Epstein Island. I agree. You want to see the making of it? He's on the floor, deflated, nearly crying. I forgot to mention that part. Yes. In the fucking making of the video, he is on the floor, like exhausted. Like, oh my God. I need to see if I can find that. Wait, no. The making of Yummy. Come on now. Come on, I need something without music. Oh. And this is not the official video. This is the behind the scenes, y'all. And notice who's there. Notice who is there. Hailey Bieber, his handler. A lot of the shit that I want to talk about is so deep. I'll just see how this video does before I know what we can all talk about. Again, that's why I said I keep stuttering within this video, because it's uncut. Like this, y'all don't ever be seeing me nervous, child. But I get nervous when I talk about certain things because I don't know what it's going to do, how it's going to be affected, how people going to fit. Like, okay, but once I gauge the energy and I know what I can do and how deep I can go, okay. And then when we started talking about the hot topics on the Shade Room and neighborhood talk is one thing, but once you start getting into this real stuff that people be losing their lives over, it's uncomfortable. He didn't want to do it. I'm confused. How do we know he's not resting, meditating? I feel so bad for Justin. What video are they talking about? It bothers me so much how barely anyone checks on him. Haley is his handler. Let's keep going.
If you know, you know.
Shout out to this boy. He is gorgeous. Oh my God, he is gorgeous.
How is that funny?
Backstage, McCarthy joked about what Bieber called violating.
Did grab his butt. I couldn't help it. He was just so delicious. So little. Just, I wanted to tear his head off and eat it.
There was Katy Perry, who apparently wanted to know what a Bieber butt felt like.
Pizza parties with pop stars.
Pizza parties.
And we'll get into the whole pizza party. That's a whole other video. But now that she mentioned it right here, right? Because I believe that this was the cover art. I believe that this was the cover art for Yummy at one point. And if you don't know, pizza party is code for child trafficking, child sodomy, child pornography, all of that. Okay, it's that's why you hear so many celebrities talking about a pizza party. Epstein ties into that, Epstein Island, the Epstein list, it all ties into that. Like, it's such a huge deep dive, such a huge, okay.
If you know, you know.
And yeah, that was the cover art that he chose.
Billie Eilish. I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to, go through anything.
Okay, because you can barely hear this, but at some point in this clip, Justin is talking about how he wanted to protect Billie Eilish. And obviously it's because he sees her about to go through or having gone through what he went through, and he wanted to protect her. At some point, Billie Eilish had came out. I don't know if y'all remember, a couple of years ago, Billie Eilish came out and basically said how she did not want to be in the fame and media, and it wasn't making her happy anymore. And so she decided to live a much more reclusive life without everybody all in her business. Now, there is astrology that also confirms that her life is better off that way in terms of finding happiness, but that's a whole other deep dive.
Anything I went through, I don't wish that upon anybody.
Only a few days after dropping the song Yummy, Justin Bieber took to social media posting several photos of babies with the hashtag Yummy. This led to a lot of speculation for obvious reasons. It wasn't until about a month later when Justin Bieber appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show. During this interview, he turned speculation into shock. Yummy. So, I don't know if y'all heard that part, but I'm going to repeat it. So, when Justin was promoting Yummy, he promoted it using pizza. Okay, and I'm gonna search in pizza just so y'all can see what it's about in a second. But he searched pizza. I'm sorry, he had the cover art as pizza, and then he also was posting these random ass pictures of little babies. We just went through the whole deep dive of what the video was about. Now you see how the babies relate. But yet when he went on Ellen, as we had saw, he went with the theory, okay, yes, it's about my sex life. And while that's shocking, it kind of still is. Because you would think, hearing him say, yeah, it's about my sex life, that he means as an adult. It's not about his sex life as an adult. Let's type it in. Pizza, Hollywood.
Can't seem to agree on anything anymore except for two things. Pizza and us. And us.
You don't like cheese pizza?
I do like cheese pizza.
Well, you just said you don't like cheese pizza.
That isn't cheese pizza. I wanted some from Pizza Hut.
Pizza. All right, he'll like it. You're gonna eat it and you're gonna like it. Now listen.
That comes across as a joke, but that's literally how they was talking to Justin. So back when I was talking about him feeling uncomfortable and then him opening up and whatnot, get older people that you somewhat trust, maternal instinct, maternal figures. Okay, because notice how the old man was the only one around. The mother figure that he was initially introduced to, who was the first person he was introduced to, had left. She was doing the dirty work of the older man, who was the only one that stood around, aside from the other waiter that was cleaning up the mess. That was likely going to be the one to take the fall should everything get exposed. Okay, so just know always with any situation, whether it's Diddy and Cassie and everything that's going on with Diddy, or whether it's Donald Trump and election and things like that, there's always a fall guy. There's always a face of the mess going on. But where there's one, there's many. It's kind of like when you see like one roach, you can expect that there's a family of roaches. Or if you see one mouse, there's probably others somewhere breeding. It's the same exact thing. And too many times America gets so caught up on just the face of something or just that one. You get like America needs a fall guy. America builds itself off of having the underdog and then you having like the fall guy. You know, this is why so much of our content is about the bad guy versus the good guy, or the protagonist versus the antagonist. It's like everything is kind of set up that way intentionally. And it's always way deeper than that, but people don't focus on that. Again, a lot of y'all just need somebody to blame or need somebody to root for, and we're like that by design. That's human design that we have programmed and created, when really a lot of this shit is way more cynical than you could even imagine. And I've been saying this, I feel like, since the birth of me, but definitely since 2015. I've told this story before and I'll say it again. When I dropped my song Exposed, which was the first song that I had ever officially released, the song lyric was, "Now watch how Donald Trump is your next president." Or focus on the fact, whatever the line is, because I haven't heard Exposed in so long. If you know, you know. But whatever the line is, the line that was originally there was confirming that Donald Trump is the president. But at the time, I wasn't as open with my spirituality. I had just started getting popping on YouTube. I didn't want anybody to like, I basically felt like I was exposing and outing myself as being psychic. And I took that out because I was hella uncomfortable about it. So I would do story times where psychic things happen and I wasn't comfortable talking. I mean, y'all can literally hear the way that I'm talking now, how I'm nervous. It's like certain things just make me nervous, and y'all don't ever hear me talk like this. But I was uncomfortable with like fully being out there with my spirituality and all of that. So I took the line out. But I've also been very vocal since 2016. Even if you look at the way the elections and all of that is going now, y'all are so focused on Donald Trump. At the end of the day, it's millions upon millions of people that got him to that place. And also, everything is connected. It doesn't matter who you vote for, everything is connected. And again, these conversations are uncomfortable because it's realistic conversations that a lot of people don't want to talk about, because either you're still a part of that old 3D world, or you've already ascended, or you've already awakened. Like I've moved into 5D. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but if you want to be stuck in the matrix and stuck in this pretend Truman show that goes on, then be my guest. Be my guest. I'm not here to force people out. You can stay stuck in your world. I know where I'm at. But at the end of the day, that's what's going on behind the veil. Is that people are placing so much stock and energy into the face of something, or the fall guy, or into this. Meanwhile, it's so much other shit happening over here. Now, remember at the beginning of this video, I said that's how magicians are able to get their tricks off, because never let your left hand know what the right one is doing. While I got your eyes and your attention focused over here, all of this is going on over here, right? Every Super Bowl, there seems to be something that happens that doesn't necessarily get publicized. Yesterday, we had the biggest Super Bowl ever. Meanwhile, in other parts of the country, ... And I'm gonna leave it at that. Things were happening. Okay, so just understand that you don't know it all. That there are other things happening. That there's a lot that goes on that is dark, and some people are either ready to see it or they're not. But that's what Pluto and Aquarius is all about. You hear people talking about the age of Aquarius and how it's going to bring in truth. And yes, that's totally true as well. But people aren't breaking it down, because everybody that's talking about age of Aquarius, you're hearing random everyday people regurgitate the same statements that they heard somebody else say. That's why you have to listen to like people who actually understand astrology and listen to them break it down. Pluto represents life and death and transformation and rebirth. And before something can happen, it first has to go through a life and death and a transformation and a rebirth. Okay. And Aquarius represents technology, community, social media, internet, truth. Like, it represents all of that. So these are all of the areas that are going to be changed over the next 20 years. But again, because it's Pluto that is affecting Aquarius, it has to go through a death and a rebirth process. So everybody keeps talking about, oh, yes, the truth's coming out, the truth's coming out. Okay, but there still has to be that death process before you can get to the rebirth. We're going to start experiencing that heavy over this next year. Okay?
We've known each other for years.
Just a little bit more on a piece of shit, and then we'll keep it going.
Balenciaga actually came out with their child's ad for the spring collection of 2023. There's a lot of hidden gems within these actual pictures. Let's get started. You see the dog collar. Right below the dog collar is a doggy bowl. Also, you see the plates on the right side of the
And again, it's universal law. They have to say what it is that they're doing, but you put it right in front of the people's face. Again, nobody else is sitting here doing a whole deep dive. And then those that do and those that openly speak about it, you get called a conspiracy theorist. But can you think about how many how many conspiracy theories that were quote unquote labeled conspiracy theories actually turned out to be true? Again, for how long were you told that aliens did not exist? Only only for documents confirming the existence of alien life and the government knowing about it since the 50s and the 60s to be released while y'all were all focused on a submarine. Come on now. That's just one clear ass example. Okay? But it's all in your face, all around. You just have to open your eyes and pay attention. But people usually aren't because you're caught up in the matrix, you're caught up in the hype, you're caught up in the gossip, you're caught up in the salaciousness of it. Like, I'll even bring it back to Diddy and Justin Bieber. If people were to hear like if Justin was to speak up, people aren't going to think deeply about it. You're just going to think, oh, somebody played in your booty. Oh, you had sex with a man. Like, y'all make it salacious when, again, it's so much darker, so much more sinister than just Diddy was gay or Diddy was messing around with men. It's way deeper and darker, y'all. Way deeper and darker. Allegedly.
The picture. You see the child holding the teddy bear that happens to have bondages on them. Implies the type of parties that they have, where it implies that there's sexual parties going on. You have this picture where, again, the child is holding the bear that has explicit things on them. You see the pink shoes in the background. You also see that yellow dog leash going down. Color pink is very much being emphasized in this picture, implying that there are young girls at these parties. And this is my favorite one, honestly. You see, again, two teddy bears that have explicit things on them. Below the teddy bear sitting on the ground, you see the bondage tape. Right beside the teddy bear, you actually see a doggy collar, a purse, and then below that bondage tape, you see car keys. Car keys imply key party, meaning that when you attend these parties, all of your personal belongings, such as phone, your car keys, your house keys, they have to be left at the front. Put in a bowl usually. What happens at the parties happen at the party. You don't speak about it. Again, if you actually look around the background, they're implying the color pink, the color blue, and child toys, also emphasizing that these are child parties or parties that children attend secretly. You actually pay attention to them, again, pink, blue, you also see the white candles. And again, the candles emphasizing rituals, magic being performed, certain type of magic that I cannot say because TikTok will take it down. Keep in mind, Balenciaga stated that they are suing the production company for $25 million over the controversial campaign. It's so obvious because you really have to think about it. Any type of campaign, the company still has to approve the project before it's released. So Balenciaga, regardless if they want to take ownership of it or not, they were very much aware of the spring collection campaign for 2023. They just didn't know that they was going to get this backlash. So this was not a coincidence. Keep in mind, Luciferians and people within the system, they have to tell you these things because of the universal law. Them putting these things out in front of your face is them getting permission that it's okay because they did show you. So please stay safe, everyone.
Okay. Yeah. And I don't want to make this video too long because, like I said, I'm not gonna this was another thing too that I rolled my eyes when I saw the whole pizza at the Choice Awards. I'm not saying that none of those girls right there, aside from Oprah, is in on it. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't want to go too deep into this. That could be a whole other deep dive video. Okay. There was also a point in time too. Remember when Wayfair had a whole bunch of, or was it Walmart? I feel like it was Wayfair. Hold on, let me look it up on TikTok because it was like Wayfair and like the children or being named after children, and they realized it was like child trafficking or something like that. Let me look it up before I speak too much.
Needs to know.
Oh, he is cute as fuck. Oh my god, he is fine as hell. If you ever wanted to know my type, that is my type right there. Fine as hell. Oh, he is fine as hell. Everybody got music. Okay. Samaya Munin. A bunch of kids was discovered. And this is when they started trying to ban TikTok. This was back in 2020. This is when they first started trying to ban TikTok. And feel free to slow it down and look at everything as you feel fit. But yep, this was right in 2020. As soon as TikTok became popular, all of this started coming out, and they had tried to tear TikTok down and been trying to tear TikTok down ever since. But there's so much more that we could get into, but I'd rather not. What I want to get into now, though, and I'm gonna end it with this because everybody's been talking about the Monique interview, and I know people have a whole bunch of questions like, okay, well, why didn't Justin come forward? Why didn't he say anything? Why didn't that? I'm sure. Let's go back to the Monique interview, and hopefully it will make some sort of sense. And there's a reason why because I knew I said I was going to do the Monique interview, just like I said I was going to do the Cat Williams interview, but I get overly stimulated, overly anxious. And this is why today was actually a really weird day for me. And actually, since this video has been so long and I've been so open and candid throughout this, the energy was just off for me. And I tossed and turned all night. I was channeling, like psychic channeling all night. And I woke up with this heavy ass feeling on me, like heavy ass feeling. And at first I was like trying to talk myself into believing, okay, I'm just tired. Let me go back to sleep. I knew it was deeper than that. I went back to sleep, woke up, took a nap, and no, it was still there. It was still there to the point where I literally started breaking down crying. And I was just like, okay, universe, because I felt the universe pressuring me, like, you got to start talking about this stuff, okay? And I also know that the planets a lot of them are switching into Aquarius right now, and that's in my first house, okay? And I also have Pluto ruling my 10th house. So without getting too complicated and too deep, I know that I'm meant to start, like, definitely keep the commentary and the let's talk about it videos going, but I'm definitely meant to start having actual deep dives and whatever. This video right here it was only supposed to be like 5 minutes. It wasn't supposed to be this long. But as I keep saying, I'm nervous talking about it. And I'm nervous because I think something's going to happen. I don't want anybody to think that's what I'm talking about when my nervous energy is coming from. No, it's just uncomfortable because I don't know the reaction. But once we figure out, okay, and then I'll know how to move going forward. But definitely once I get back on camera, I'm gonna be doing like actual deep dive videos that are a lot more structured and less as jittery, okay, and less as nervousy, okay. But it's just my first time like really diving deep and talking about stuff like this, okay. But definitely a lot that's gonna happen in 2024. A lot that's gonna happen by the end of this month, by the end of March. Like, so just keep your ears and eyes to the streets and to the media, okay? To what's being said and also what else isn't being said, I guess. But let's get into this Monique interview. I'm gonna put a thumbnail up on screen. Well, I'm not monetizing this, so it shouldn't be a problem.
My grandmother used to always tell us, she'd say, son, teeth and tongue may fall out, but family never should. And she stood on that. No matter what transpired in the family, no matter how bad someone had treated you, you should never fall out. But hearing you say that's different, because just because we're blood, that doesn't mean we're family through blood. But sometimes it's somebody on the outside that's not blood, that's actually closer family than the actual biological.
We've been taught to say trauma is okay. We've been taught to say you mistreat.
Mind you, now this isn't just a black thing. Obviously, Monique is black, Shay is black. This is a black podcast, black platform. So she's speaking from her black woman experience, and that's totally fine. This is what a lot of people go through. Of course, definitely the black experience, we have it a lot harder. Cool. But a lot of people go through this, which is also too why I'm such a humanitarian, because I recognize the human qualities in everyone. And I feel like a lot of the times, and I'm not saying everybody, it's not everybody, but a lot of the times with the more so specifically urban demographic, like the shade room demographic, the neighborhood talk demographic, like when I started this video off, y'all said, get Justin Bieber the fuck off of this page. We don't want to hear about no wiggers during Black History Month. We don't care that Diddy was playing in his booty. Like, I don't subscribe to all of that low vibrational thinking. I don't, because at the end of the day, we're human. All it's going to take is another pandemic, which is coming, to make us realize again that we are all human. Okay? All it takes is alien life making themselves visible, because they're already here. They've been walking around. Lizards definitely exist, y'all. They within your governments. They within your schools, within your jobs. Like, a lot of what you don't think, or a lot of what you might see in TV is actually real. Okay? But don't wait for all of that to happen to suddenly realize that, oh, yes, we have all of these issues between us, but like, I'm human, you're human, and like, that's what matters. Okay? So people have trauma, people go through things. Okay? So even though this is Monique, who's a black woman speaking about her experience, take the color out of it and focus on the message. Forget the messenger and focus on the message.
Treated me, you abused me, you violated me, you disrespected me, you belittled me, but I'm supposed to look at you at Thanksgiving and say, how you doing, That's what we've been taught. You swallow that pain. That's why people have such a problem with Cat Williams. People have a problem with people that says, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. And that causes a ruckus. And you would say, why are people upset with the truth? When you hear Steve Harvey say, there are repercussions when you tell the truth. Well, remember when we were children, what would your grandmother tell you?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, because if not, there will be what? Repercussions. Right. Well, now it's got turned around. When you tell the truth, there'll be repercussions. So what's the opposite of that? Should I tell a lie?
That's the point right there. If I come out and I tell the truth, what happens, y'all? Orlando Brown is what happens. What happens, y'all? Jaguar Wright is what happens. What happens, y'all? You get labeled a conspiracy theorist. You get labeled crazy. Now, granted, some people might have some psychology issues, or it might be at a point where, because we're talking about an industry that is so dark, so corrupted, to where, like I pointed out in the Justin Bieber video, all the people that was around him, okay, let's get him comfortable. Let's get people that look like him. Okay, a girl that, you know, he'll find attractive that can help open him up. Okay, a manager who's closer in age to him that he can depend on and kind of trust. Like, everybody is in on it. So even by the time you get to a point where you feel like, I want to speak up, I want to tell some sort of truth, a seed could have been planted way before, just in case you decide to ever act out of line. Look up Sloan Bella. I don't want to make this video too long, but you can look up her and see how she felt about the whole Diddy case and how that relates back to Kim Porter and all of that. And I'll say this, like, I've watched enough Scandal on How to Get Away with Murder in Power to know that people in power want to stay in power. And this is why a lot is about to happen in 2024. That is going to shock a lot of people's minds, because everybody keeps talking about the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. Again, Pluto represents death and rebirth. And then the fact that we just switched from Capricorn to Aquarius, if you think it's about to be an easy, smooth transition and it's about to be easy, peasy, cake, beautiful, and all that's happening is just truth coming out, you're a motherfucking lie. Niggas not giving up their power that easily. That's not the way that it works. People are going to fight for their power by any means necessary. Okay, we done tried a couple of things in 2020. We seen that nobody was paying attention and that it worked. We tried a couple of things in 2023. We seen that nobody was paying attention and it worked. All we had to do was this, distract y'all over here, and then this happened. Okay, let's try that again because we're not giving up the power. Even with the whole conversation surrounding AI and alien life and all of that, that was like literally thrown at you within the Super Bowl commercials. It's things that's already been here. People keep saying, okay, well, why now? Why now? Why now? Why now? Why are they telling us now? It got to be a distraction. Project Blue Beam. Baby, it's not. That part of it is not a distraction. Are there distractions going on? Yes. When it comes to like what's going on in other countries and whatnot. But the other part of it is checking the temperature. Checking the temperature. How much can you handle? Because certain shit, no matter how hard we fight, the universe is going to make it come out regardless. Because that's just the way of life. Same way how, it's a lot of people reporting how it's like dead winter, but yet they got plants growing out of the ground as though it's spring. The earth is resetting. Okay. A lot of people talking about how the earth is now going back to a 13-month, 28-day calendar year. Okay. Like how it is in Ethiopia. Like it's a lot going on. A lot going on. Some things we can try to fight against to maintain that power that we have. And then some things we have to just kind of be honest about and kind of spoon feed you because it's going to come out regardless. But like, if we spoon feed you, we can try to like, the alien discourse is coming. Alien contact is coming. It's coming. They've been here. Why do you think around like every military base, that's usually where the UFOs and whatnot are? We're making sure that you don't blow up the place where we live too. This is our home too. You cannot escape Earth. Earth is way bigger than what you thought. Okay. Yes, we do live within a dome. Okay. Yes, there is such a thing called firmament. Nobody's ever been to space. Nobody's ever been to the moon. All of this shit is fucking connected, y'all. All of it is connected. All of it is connected. All of it. And its power plays. Why are we now being so vocal about AI and alien life? Because certain events are coming regardless of what you try to do. So if I know that it's coming anyways, and I want to maintain power, I'm going to check the temperature, see if you're ready. At some point, I'm going to have to just be out with it because it's going to come out regardless. But if you feel like I'm the one that helped guide you into it, I can easily manipulate the situation to my benefit. Then I can make and fake it like it's an alien invasion or like this, that, and a third is happening or like certain things are taking, like, you understand what I'm saying? Either you do or you don't. Let's get back into this conversation with Monique because it all relates back to Justin Bieber. And it's something real specific that she starts talking about. It's the point where Shay is asking Monique, like, okay, well, if you went through all of this, then it can't be that bad, right? That's the part that I'm looking for. And we just got to watch until we find that part.
And get a reward. So that's how we're rolling right now. That's how we're dealing with one another right now. So when it comes to family and people saying, oh, Monique, how could you? Listen, I want to live the rest of this journey that I have in peace. I want to be with my family, in love with my man, he in love with me. We watch our babies grow and develop their own families. I don't need anything in the midst of that because you family, that I should accept that trauma. I should accept you not taking accountability for what you've done, what you've said, and we just washed the slate. That's why we're in the position we are now as a community, as a Black community, as a community in entertainment. Everybody's been so afraid to say, look what they did to me. Look what they said. And it's like, oh, well, listen now, we don't want to ruffle no feathers, especially if the messenger doesn't fit what people should think the messenger is supposed to look like. And we keep repeating history, Shannon.
Is it a situation, Monique, where people look and say, well, you made it thus far, well, it couldn't have been that bad? Because if it has been as bad as you say it is, Monique, how would you have ever gotten out of Bieber? How would you have ever gotten into Hollywood? How would you ever have a talk show?
And now we're starting to get into it, right? And all of this relates back to Justin, because you can even think about Diddy and everybody that wanted to now start coming out and da-da-da-da-da. People be losing their lives. Not just their livelihood, but their lives. It's so much darker shit that happens. But now we really starting to get into it and how it really, really relates to Justin.
How would you ever be on a sitcom? So how is it that bad, Monique, and you end up like this?
You know, when you first got in the NFL,
yes, ma'am,
your eyes were like this.
Yes.
And it was, oh, I made it. I'm here.
Right.
And then after you...
And I want you to think back to the Yummy video and what I was trying to convey and explain. What she's about to describe is exactly Justin Bieber at 13 years old. Let's take it back just a little bit, though.
Monique, where people look and say, well, you made it thus far, well, it couldn't have been that bad. Because if it has been as bad as you say it is, Monique, how would you have ever gotten out of Bieber? How would you have ever gotten into Hollywood? How would you ever have a talk show? How would you ever be on a sitcom? So how is it that bad, Monique, and you end up like this?
You know, when you first got in the NFL,
yes, ma'am,
your eyes were like this.
Yes.
And it was, oh, I made it. I'm here.
Right.
And then after you start getting in it and you started seeing things and you started feeling things and now your eyes start getting a little closer because now you're understanding what the business is.
Right.
I'm going to replay that one more time and then I want to put her on screen because I broke down the Yummy video, right? And I want you to see her facial expressions. Tell me this wasn't the same exact facial expressions that Justin had in the video.
Yes, ma'am.
Your eyes were like this.
Yes.
And it was, oh, I made it. I'm here.
Right.
And then after you start getting in it and you started seeing things and you started feeling things and now your eyes start getting a little closer because now you're understanding what the business is.
Right.
So.
Right. Let me see. Do I have any screen caps? Right. Now I see what it is. He enjoying himself. Let's keep going.
When you first walk through the door, you're walking through the door saying, come on, baby. Oh, this is all I've ever prayed for. And when my baby Cat Williams sat here and said, no one's ever gone out to LA and got a sitcom like that. I was in LA for 3 months. And here comes a show called The Parkers.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
And honestly, that's really where we can end it. Okay. Hopefully you get the point of this video. Okay. Because when I go back to the comments of Instagram and I start seeing, okay, some of the shit like what we was reading, right? If the Beeb said he wasn't feeling it, then he wasn't feeling it. And this man has health issues. Why is everyone advocating for Justin Bieber to perform with Usher during Black History Month when he has a legit history of saying the N-word and making racist jokes? That can be a different conversation, but okay. After it came out that Usher let him stay with Diddy as a child, why would you guys even think he was going to perform with him? I don't think they're as close as they once were. This guy has been sick and had to cancel some of his own concerts. Let's pray for him and not make a mountain out of a molehill. Usher literally helped this man establish his career. Saying he's not feeling it is just disrespectful. Child, so what? Let's continue keeping a positive ever surrounding Usher's performance. This is information we don't need to know and don't care about. It's Black History Month. We don't care. Who knows what they did to Justin when he was young? I don't feel bad. They love giving culture away for free just to get spit in the face. As you can see, you have various different timelines going on. You got people that's stuck in this low vibrational ass 3D matrix. And then you have other people that, if not get it, they can at least empathize. Okay, not sympathize. Okay, because sympathize means I feel sorry for you. Empathize means that I feel you and I'm with you. Praying for Justin. Y'all make something out of nothing. Justin is not at his best. He can't keep up with Usher. Just keep him in prayer. And that's just where I'm gonna leave it at. Okay. And I just want to make it known when y'all hear me talking or hear me going off or critiquing a certain way in my hot topic videos, deep ass shit like this is why. Because it be so much other shit that's going on that you have no idea what's going on. But then we want to stay stuck in the whole 3D box and the matrix and the programming and the low vibrational ass conversations. And then meanwhile, this year about to fuck y'all up. Matter of fact, from now to 20. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and jump into it. Since I gave y'all I gave y'all the intro of my 2024 predictions video. Let's keep going. So after I'm done reading off the list, the last thing that I said on the list was all the Jews that was found in the underground tunnel. Why? Baby, if this wasn't any indication that a civil war and World War III is coming, ... Y'all don't think none of this was a sign? So 2024 is only off to a truthful start because of Cat Williams? LMFAO. The Super Bowl just dropped a ton of hints of what's to come, but was y'all paying attention? And then I get into all of my predictions for 2024, right? And I have it separated into two different categories. I got the fun shit, like the signs moving into Aquarius, 2016 makeup coming back, 2016 music coming back, 2016 summer coming back, Beyonce's announcement. Okay, the Beyonce video game, the return of boy and girl bands. Flow is likely gonna blow up. Now, some of these can start in 2024 and stretch out. When it comes to my predictions, I don't necessarily have like I can get a time frame, but I don't have necessarily exact dates all the time unless I have like an exact date come to me and I may not know like what it's associated with. I might just know an exact date, right? Like for example, I wrote down dates to look out for: end of February, spring equinox in March, summer 2024, September 17th, 2024, and election time. Don't ask me what's happening on those specific dates. Just look out for those dates. Now the next category. Wait, no. So the fun shit. I talked about Nicki Minaj and what's going on with her. Meg possibly getting exposed and that tape coming out. The rise of indie artists on TikTok. The rise of indie entertainment. Okay. It's gonna happen. I've been very vocal about how I feel like people like Zeus and the Diddy's and the Tyler Perry's of the world need to band together and create like a super network. I feel like we're gonna be less inclined to watch like Power on Stars and Insecure on HBO, and it's gonna be a lot more of Lamel Plumbers and a lot more of like the Zeus Network apps going on when it comes to Black Hollywood and Black media. Okay. So like Black shows and Black content and things like that. Like I feel like it's gonna be a lot more of taking the power back in that area as well. You're also gonna see a rise of indie artists through TikTok. Okay. So UMG shot themselves in the foot because they're going to turn right back around and try to hire those same people to, well, not hire, but UMG has pulled their music off of TikTok, but then they're going to see the rise of indie artists and then they're going to turn right around and try to sign those same people. And I feel like this time around, a lot of people are going to be realizing they don't need the record label, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of power in being independent, okay? And being for the community and not just of the community. Cruise ship staycations, I do feel like it's going to be a thing, at least until Saturn gets out of Pisces. More relationship breakups and makeups, okay, are going to be happening. When it comes to the serious shit, there's going to be another writer strike. Now, if it's not going to be like a writer strike where they're suffering in Hollywood again, because somebody said something to the effect of like that lasts for a certain while or something like that. I don't know, child. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But there's going to be some sort of strike that happens, some sort of creative strike. I'll say that. So if it's not the writers that's striking and the actors are striking, then maybe it's the directors or something's going to happen there. Okay. And that could possibly tie into, a lot of companies and a lot of people feeling like, like a lot of the Issa Rae types feeling like, I'm tired of y'all fucking over my work. I'm just going to go do this shit myself. Right. But again, that's that Pluto in Aquarius. That's that Pluto energy. There has to be a death before there can be a rebirth. Right. Pluto is very much, I'm going to break you down to then build you back up. But first I have to break you down. Right. So I have to strike. Okay. Before you can decide I've had enough. Okay. and then go on and do your own thing. There's definitely going to be a lot more concert restrictions. Y'all are going to start seeing a lot of multi-generational homes, okay? Meaning like homes where everybody in the family decides to move together. It's like, it could be you have your own family, where you have your wife or your husband and your kids, and your brother has his wife and husband or kids, and then, your mother, their mother, your aunt, your cousins, like all living together on one plot of land in one house that's separated off into different quarters. That's going to be a thing. Unconventional homes bought off Amazon. I'm already starting to see that that's starting to be a big thing. That's something else I'm predicting. Elon is going to have a big stock in that as well. Elon Musk. Interdimensional beings are going to be talked about a lot more. We've already experienced a lot of timeline jumps and portals. I feel like we just went through a timeline jump or a portal yesterday during the Super Bowl. I also feel like that's why I woke up with such energy. It felt that way. But another major one that I can think of off the top of my head, the last time that we went through one, and a lot of people said that we were shifting into 4D or 5D, was June 17th, 2023. There's also going to be a lot of truths that come out, and I don't know how a lot of people are going to feel about that, because y'all are going to start realizing that there is such a thing called crisis actors. That's actually a download that I had a long time ago when I was like 9 years old. Mind you, I'm 30, so I was like 9 in 2005. I'm sorry, I said 9. It was actually like around 11 when I was 11, because 9 is when I realized I was psychic. So that was when I was in 3rd grade. So it was when I was in like 5th grade, and I did like this whole project on NINE 11, and a lot of things that I realized, and a lot of downloads that I got from the universe and spirit. And crisis actors are a thing. Okay, so that's gonna come out. People are gonna have some very reactionary reactions to that. Okay, because it's not just gonna be like and mind you, everything that I'm saying, I'm not saying that everything that I'm saying is going to be like headlines on CNN News. Some of it could be exposed on TikTok, some of it could be exposed on Twitter, some of it exposed on just social media, or some of it can actually be like a big worldwide thing. Okay, but the fact that there is such a thing as crisis actors is going to come out, dealing with like major world events that have happened. Like I said, like 9/11, okay, and even when it comes to like the Black Lives Matter movement, Sandy Hook, a lot of things like that. Okay, and if you don't know what a crisis actor is basically an actor who specializes in crises, right? So it's like somebody, like I know there was already like a story about somebody who was at the 9/11, was at the scene of that, was also at the Boston. Okay, read between the words. Okay, but some of those truths are going to come forward. Lizards, that's definitely going to be a thing. I do feel like the whole plane situation, that was kind of like a jump off. That was checking temperature there. Yeah, because that was also kind of planned as well, but that's a whole other deep dive. The GOV using AI and green screens for political campaigns, social media propaganda. Okay, acting like I'm filming in front of an audience and I'm not. It's all green screen. Okay, that being fake. C-19 troops. Okay, C-19 troops. Possible vaccine mutations. Okay. Y'all President Trump said that it started in China. Nobody believed him until it was confirmed. By then, nobody cared. But that was another major quote unquote conspiracy theory. The possible announcement of another pandemic. This time, no lockdown, but more restrictions. Again, that goes back into the whole power play that I spoke about with Pluto and Aquarius. Okay. Trump won in 2024. I've been saying that for the last couple of years. Trump won in 2024. And I don't know if Ivana is going to win 2028, but his daughter is going to run. At least run, or at least name be thrown out there for 2028. Okay. New York versus LA. Some things are going to be happening in regards to New York versus LA. I do not know what. But that has been heavy on my spirit for the last year. When I do a video talking about astrocartography, I will dive deeper into that specific topic right there, New York versus LA, and what's going to happen. But something is. I also know that, while nobody was paying attention, New York definitely passed a law that said we can come quarantine you at any moment for any reason, not just for C-19, but for any, you could have like a simple flu or simple cold and you can be mandatory quarantined. Okay. WW3 at some point before 2025. Don't argue with me about that. Like, you can literally look around and tell. Okay. And also astrology points to that. The North Node is in Aries. North Node is all about the energy that we're bringing on, that we're taking on, that we're going into. Aries is all about passion, fire, rage, masculine energy. It's ruled by Mars. It's never good. Okay. And then when certain planetary transits meet up, I think when what is it that's going to meet up? I think when the North Node meets up with Pluto and Mars or something like that. I can't think. I'm speaking off the top of my head. But I think Uranus is thrown in there somewhere, child. But there's definitely going to be some WARS major that's coming into play. WW3. As well as some civilly as well. Alien discourses happen about 2030. Giants and mountains could possibly be waking up at some point. If not, at least the truth behind that. Okay. And if you don't know what I mean by that, baby, go watch Moana. That's the movie in Hawaii, right? Yeah, child. This video is a lot. And also Ice Age is coming to my mind, so I guess I should tell y'all about that too. Ice Age, was it Ice Age 3? I don't know. But one of them revealed that Egypt is actually located in Arizona or the Grand Canyon or something like that. But yeah, child, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Definitely make sure that y'all like this video. You subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, there's a lot for us to get into in the future. Like I said, depending on how this video does, I'll know what I can and what I can't talk about. And yeah, we'll do it from there. But definitely make sure that you go to my website, thealignmedsouls.com, to book you a personal reading. Okay. And just know that it's a show within a show. Life is a show within a show, one big matrix. Okay. And once you start awakening and aligning yourself to your highest good, your highest God, your highest soul, you kind of break out of it and then you kind of see what's really going on. Okay. So I love each and every one of y'all, allegedly in HD audio. Go book a reading on my website, thealignmedsouls.com, and I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.
Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas throwing up, but wasn't when I'm coming up. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas throwing up, but wasn't when I'm coming up.